Hello, dreamers. Have you heard of the 10-year curse on Pisces? It is said that the 10-year curse of Pisces has been lifted. Now let me explain. This is tied to the astrological challenges that are tied to Neptune's 14-year transit through Pisces. This, my dear dreamers, creates a wonderful cycle of spiritual awakening and emotional processing. This unique aftermath period involves heightened sensitivity, karmic pressures, and the dissolution of illusions. Let's discuss Neptune being in Pisces. When Neptune falls into the sign of Pisces, this can create a heightened sense of spiritual sensitivity and intuition. However, there is a downside. This can also create risks of confusion between what we call our reality and fantasy. This transit through Neptune also dissolves outdated identities and belief systems, forcing Pisceans to rebuild their sense of self. Now that we've discussed Neptune in Pisces, let's discuss Chiron in Pisces. Chiron in Pisces activates a collective and personal wound, particularly around betrayal and self-worth. This creates opportunities for healing through an artistic expression and service to others. Saturn and Pluto also have an effect in this. Saturn imposes karmic pressures to release illusions and forces a restructure of life foundations. This can trigger major endings and grief cycles, especially during the Virgo-Pisces eclipse. Now that we've discussed the effects of the planets, let's talk about the psychological and emotional challenges. The empathic overload. As we know, Pisces absorbs others' emotions as their own, leading to a chronic exhaustion. Our dear sign can also struggle to set boundaries. This can be a fear of disappointing others. An identity crisis can begin to take place. It can be difficult to distinguish personal emotions from absorbed energies. This can create a tendency to suppress emotions from perceived strength. This form of identity crisis can create karmic patterns, which can look like repeating cycles of unrequited love and betrayal. They can feel responsible for others' happiness while neglecting their own needs. Let's talk about the spiritual transformation timeline. 2011 to 2022, with Neptune and Chiron, and Saturn and Pluto pressures. This can focus on releasing illusions, healing ancestral trauma, and rebuilding self-trust. Let's jump to 2023 to 2025. Pisces centered Saturn in March 2023. Ever since then, there has been a test in resilience and boundary setting. The final karmic lesson around self-worth and emotional sovereignty. The 2025-2026 period, Neptune exits Pisces, lifting the fog of confusion and granting clarity. This allows Pisces to emerge reborn and new, and able to channel wisdom into creative service rather than suffering. Now, how can we cope with this information? We can use grounding practices such as meditation daily and focusing on physical sensations. You can also practice nature immersion. You can also discharge absorbed energies. We can use art, music, or writing to process emotions and reclaim personal narrative. This includes boundary work. This means learning to say no without guilt. Community support is very important during this. This means connecting with other Pisces or empaths to share similar experiences, and also seeking therapy to address childhood emotional neglect. In conclusion, my dear Pisces, this Pisces curse represents a transformative spiritual one, rather than a permanent affliction. By next year, those who have been affected will have integrated their experiences into wisdom, emerging with enhanced emotional clarity and creative power. This new period serves to celebrate Pisces' role as healers and visionaries in a collective consciousness. I hope you've enjoyed that all, and if you are a Pisces, let me know if you can relate to any of the experiences.